In the far-flung corners of the Milky Way galaxy, a shiver ran down the spines of even the most hardened intergalactic criminals. The name Rax the Vile echoed in the underworld, spoken with equal parts dread and amusement. Rax, a bulbous, seven-eyed Nartian, was the United Galactic Federation's most troublesome inmate. His record was a laundry list of offenses so audacious, so utterly bizarre, they'd become the stuff of galactic legend. Blown up a trans-dimensional tourist resort just because his room lacked a view? Check. Orchestrated the galaxy's largest food fight using contraband pudding? Absolutely. Hijacked the intergalactic song contest broadcast to replace it with an 8-hour loop of him gargling the Blorfian national anthem? That was a particularly disruptive Tuesday. The Federation, faced with an incorrigible menace whose mere presence caused chaos of astronomical proportions, decided desperate times called for desperate measures. After all, the usual solutions: prisons, rehabilitation programs. The odd asteroid reformatory colony hadn't even made a dent in Rax's enthusiasm for anarchy. A new approach was needed. Inspiration struck during a particularly chaotic meeting. Earth. Humans. Those strange, bipedal, slightly squishy creatures were renowned for their bewildering ability to survive against the odds. They willingly inhabited what most civilized species classified as a death world, teeming with extreme weather, apex predators far larger than their squishy frames, and the unnerving phenomena known as Taco Tuesdays. Surely, if anyone could scare Rax onto the path of galactic citizenship, it'd be the humans. Thus was Project Earthward Bound and Gagged born. The Federation had done its homework. They knew that on Earth, a legendary method of straightening out troublesome individuals involved a terrifying concept called work. The perfect place? That bastion of customer service and low, low prices. Walmart. The transfer of Rax the Vile to Earth was an event worthy of galactic news. His arrival, surrounded by a phalanx of heavily armed Federation guards, triggered both panic and amusement in equal measure. Humans, ever adaptable, watched as Rax was escorted into the blinding fluorescence of a Walmart, a bewildered and slightly nauseous look in his many, many eyes. The plan was simple. Rax would learn the true meaning of hard work under the watchful gaze of the humans. His first task? Greeting customers with an enthusiastic and mandated, "Welcome to Walmart." His 7 eyes bulged, tendrils flailing in distress. Surely this was some kind of elaborate torture? Things only got worse. Rax, whose diet consisted primarily of fermented space grubs and fizzy beverages of questionable legality, was introduced to the break room vending machine. He recoiled in horror at the sight of Lunchables and the concept of something called instant ramen. The snacks in the Federation prison had been questionable, but this was an affront to his culinary sensibilities. The following week saw Rax tasked with wrangling shopping carts in a parking lot that resembled a war zone littered with abandoned vehicles and rogue snack wrappers. He soon discovered that retrieving carts under a blazing sun, dodging vehicles operated with reckless abandon, was just a warm-up for the most feared human activity of all, the infamous Black Friday. The surge of shoppers, fueled by caffeine and an unholy desire for discount electronics, nearly broke Rax entirely. He found himself wedged between a grandmother with surprising elbow strength and a gentleman emitting guttural noises while feverishly clutching a flat-screen TV. Rax emerged from that day with a fractured antenna, a newfound respect for the elderly, and an ingrained fear of waffle makers. Word of Rax's trial spread through the store. Humans, initially wary, began to view the multi-eyed alien with a mix of pity and morbid fascination. Karen, a veteran cashier known for her iron will and aggressively patterned leggings, even offered him a bruised banana with an air of resigned sympathy. Rax, having experienced the unyielding force of Karen's disapproval for the misuse of express checkout lanes, accepted it as tribute. The break room became an unlikely safe haven. Amidst the beige walls and stale coffee scent, Rax found a strange camaraderie with his fellow employees. There was Jim, adrift in retirement and surprisingly adept with a mop, and Sarah, a college student whose tales of late-night essay crises made hijacking space freighters seem almost relaxing. They listened with dubious expressions as Rax recounted his previous exploits. His story about the pudding fight even elicited a chuckle from Jim. And then there was Linda. Linda, with her perpetually cheerful smile and boundless enthusiasm for corporate training videos, was a force of nature Rax had never encountered. No amount of grumbling or tentacle crossing could deter her. She bombarded him with kindness, offering him homemade cookies, and patiently explaining the concept of positive affirmations. Rax found this endlessly baffling, but secretly relished the attention, even going so far as to awkwardly recite, "I am a valued member of the Walmart team," with minimal sarcasm. The changes in Rax were subtle, more like cracks appearing in the hardened shell. His shouts of "Welcome to Walmart" gained surprising gusto. He stopped referring to customers as puny bipeds and instead begrudgingly assisted them in locating obscure items like gluten-free cat food. Even Karen noted a decrease in blatant disregard for the wet floor signs. Back on his home planet of Narsha, news of Rax's transformation trickled through the galactic grapevine, first with disbelief, then with stunned amusement. This was, after all, Rax the Vile. Galactic governments whispered in dark corners, wondering if this strange Earth could be exploited. Plans were tentatively hatched, and visions of using Walmart as a means to break rebellious spirits danced in their heads. Meanwhile, oblivious to his newfound notoriety, Rax was having an existential crisis in aisle 12. Faced with a dizzying array of toothpaste options, he was caught in a battle between his inner chaos and a strange, unfamiliar urge to alphabetize. It was an urge that sent shivers down his tendrils and made him strangely satisfied. Perhaps he grudgingly admitted there was a warped logic to this human madness. The repetition, the rules, the endless aisles of consumer goods, it soothed a part of him that had always been a swirling vortex of barely contained mayhem. It wasn't quite rehabilitation, as the Federation had hoped, but it was a kind of equilibrium. The day Rax voluntarily wore his name tag without setting it on fire was the day the Federation knew Project Earthward Bound and Gagged had succeeded beyond their wildest expectations. He remained, for all intents and purposes, Rax the Vile. But now, he was Rax the Vile, Walmart associate, armed with a box cutter and an unexpected appreciation for the finer points of stocking shelves. The humans, wise in their odd way, took Rax's transformation in stride. Some even considered it a badge of honor to have survived working alongside the galaxy's worst criminal. Karen started bringing him extra bananas, and Linda enthusiastically declared him ready for the advanced training seminar on customer service excellence. As the months turned into years, Rax became a Walmart legend, albeit a slightly unsettling one. New employees were initiated with whispered tales of his past exploits, eyes wide with a mix of terror and fascination. Rax, basking in the notoriety, added to the legend by rearranging entire aisles at night, leaving bewildered shoppers confronted with pyramids of canned beans and displays where toothpaste mingled with garden gnomes. However, one thing even the chaos of Earth couldn't prepare Rax for was the annual Walmart holiday party. The blindingly colorful decorations, the noise of off-key carols, and the sight of Jim from Hardware tap dancing in a Santa hat pushed him to the brink. Desperate, he retreated to the storage room, only to discover Linda sobbing amidst a pile of undelivered bicycles. Confronted with genuine human emotion, Rax floundered. His usual grumbling insults felt inadequate. With a halting gesture, he offered her a slightly crushed cookie from the depths of his vest pocket. Linda, with tear-streaked cheeks and boundless optimism, accepted it with a shaky smile. In the aftermath, as the holiday chaos subsided, a strange truce formed between Rax and Linda. They sat amidst the unsold Christmas ornaments and shared tales. He recounted a particularly daring escape from a space prison. She recounted raising triplets as a single mom. These quiet moments of shared vulnerability were far more unsettling to Rax than any Black Friday stampede. Change on a cosmic scale is rarely a sudden epiphany. More often, it's a slow shift and rearrangement. Rax the Vile, Walmart associate, remained a force of chaotic energy. He still grumbled, still occasionally rearranged the toilet paper display into pyramids, and still harbored a deep-seated hate for go-backs. But amidst the endless aisles and fluorescent lights, Rax the Vile was undeniably changing. Whether it was redemption, resignation, or simply the strange alchemy of Earth, even he couldn't say for sure. Would the galaxy ever accept this new, slightly subdued version of Rax? Would Rax ever truly understand the bizarre ways of the humans? We may never know. But one thing's for sure. Every time a shopper hears a disembodied voice booming, "Welcome to Walmart!" followed by a suspicious rustling sound near the clearance rack, they smile. For on this strange, squishy planet called Earth, even the galaxy's worst prisoner could find his own odd niche in the vast tapestry of existence.